Hey everybody, welcome back to Watson's Models. So tonight I'm just going to give you a little teaser. Okay, it's a teaser of something I'm working on with a friend of mine next door, Chris. I have a 3D scanner, a Creality 3D scanner. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and it's wireless, or at least I have wireless capability. And he has the printers, and so we are working together to perfect a 1/6 scale engine and transmission for the Dragon 1/6 scale Jeep kit. Okay, a lot of you guys out there have these kits, probably already built them, but didn't jump on the deal back when Dragon was making engines for these things, and even those motors were kind of basic and rudimentary. So we've been working on creating resin 6 scale engines for this vehicle. Okay, these are some files that I had purchased, but there's some alterations that need to be made and some scaling and stuff like that. But I just want to turn the camera around and show you what we have so far. So far we've got the engine and most of the components for that, the radiator, the air cleaner, voltage regulator, Spartan horn, ignition coil, distributor. I mean, I'll show you. But I don't know if this file was created for the purpose of resin 3D printing or not, because some of the parts are very, very fragile. So we're working on that to thicken up certain areas and you know, to try to prevent breakage. Also, when we're printing these things, we have to hollow out some of the parts. So what's left to do is for me to get this scanner, and this is kind of a shout out to some of my friends in the hobby, because you know, I'm with the Military Vehicle Preservation Association. I'm affiliated with the Gettysburg group, and I've got a lot of friends in the Jeep community. And one of the things that I need to do is access a clean transmission and transfer case. And I need those things set up so I can get out there and 3D scan those things and then get them sized appropriately for this motor to put into this Jeep. Now, this Jeep kit does come with a very, very basic transfer case, but they didn't make an engine for this thing. That's just ridiculous. So we're going to try to fix that problem and hopefully one day make this kit available for those of you that are working on the 6 scale Jeep, or you want to update the one that you already built, because you can do that. And you know, anyways, so let me turn the camera around and I'm going to show you the individual parts, show you how they're turning out, and I'll show you where the improvements need to be made. But I think you'll find it interesting, so let's do it. So to start with, this is the scanner that I'm using. The thing's pretty awesome, and it does a great job at capturing what I need to capture. It's not good for super tiny things, but for stuff like what I'm doing to try to convert a real piece of machinery into a model, I think we're going to be fine. So here's where we're at. All right, so we got the or not the the L134 engine block, which you would see in the Willys and the Ford GPW. And you'll notice the holes here on the bottom and on the top. Chris had to print this thing sort of hollow and use those as drain ports because it was just so much resin. But what a great representation of an engine block. And here we have the head, and it even has the firing order listed. And you know, there'll have to be some material removed on the bottom of this and on this in order for this to fit properly. Here you see we got the timing cover and the crank pulley, which sort of mount on the front of the motor. Intake and exhaust manifold, generator, starter. This is the firewall fuel filter. All right, and so we can run fuel lines. Here is the carburetor, and you can see here is very, very fine linkages has busted off here, but we can replace that with wire. Same thing with the oil bath cleaner. This is very fragile, so we will create, I'm going to attempt to make a metal or photo etch of this. This would fit right here. It's the location for that. Water pump, fan blade, okay, including the pulley. We've got our fuel pump, and on that vehicle you either had a glass bowl or you had sort of a stainless steel cap on there. This is the air cleaner. Look at the intricate springs here on the air cleaner, okay? Spartan horn. You know, it's missing the terminals for the electrics, but that's okay. Voltage regulator. All right, we'll be able to run wires to that. I only have one engine mount here. I believe that's what it is, and I need 2 of those. Here we have the battery and the battery hold down. And so what's missing in this would be the, and we'll have to scratch build this, will be the hold down, you know, bolts. So there'll be one here, and then there's one that goes from here to the fender. The radiator, look at the fins. Okay, this is a great representation of the radiator for that vehicle, to include the the support bar that goes here. This right here is a problem. It's a little bit too close to the shroud, so we'll have to work with that and do a little bit better job on that. But still, this is a great, even the drain tube. Look at the drain tube here. All right, we've got the bell housing, and that of course will fit behind the block here, and we'll cut that piece off. And the one thing I do like about this is that, you know, if you were super ambitious, you could almost have a flywheel back here. But if you notice how the starter mounts, the ground strap at the bottom near my middle finger here is in perfect alignment with the block. And that's where your ground strap would go. In fact, on the real vehicle, the ground strap would run from here to here and over to the frame, and then from the frame up to the negative post on the battery. So there's lots of potential here for this kit. But again, like I said, we have some very fragile areas that we need to address and work on. And so that's coming. Anyways, I want you guys to see this. And when we get the transmission and the transfer case developed, we will show you that. But we're nowhere near ready for producing any of this stuff. Not until we get a couple of examples built. But it's coming. So hang tight and be excited. You know, you'll have to cut these off flush because this is where this mounts. It's even got the heat riser. Okie doke, folks. Let's set the frame on here. Now you'll just have to envision this with the radiator in place. And the one that comes with the kit is sort of a solid radiator, and it's got the headlights mounted to it, and that's wrong. We need to have headlights that actually fold up and down like they're supposed to. And this radiator may need to be upsized a little bit. I'm not sure yet. The engine block looks kind of appropriate. We may even have to upsize that some because it does look a little bit small, but I'll take some reference measurements to, let's say, the fenders and that kind of stuff to get a good measurement going. But that's where we're at. Either way, it's going to look cool. Whew. Anyways, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. Get out there and work on your models. Put a part on, build something, spend a couple minutes, all right? And if you got projects you're doing for other people, get them done. Because I need to get mine done. I still got that 422 down here I got to finish. All right, thanks for watching Watson's Models. Y'all have a good night.